Arizona's news station. KTAR News, 92.3 FM.
The Chad Benson Show. No fake news, no fake views. Just 100% USDA choice Chad.
Well, finally, we get some people who actually want to talk politics in the studio, because too often than not, people don't want to talk politics, at least not this time of year. And Kelli Ward's joined us, and Dr. Sebastian Gorka is here as well. And Kelli, this is exciting, right? You've been on the show before, and you're out talking about. We've thrown lifelines out to everybody saying, "Come on the show, let's talk about what's going on." You answered the call. A lot of other people didn't. So hey, the platform is yours.
Hey, I appreciate it. It's really important because we've got a United States Senate seat up for grabs here in Arizona. And I think that people deserve more than fluff pieces in their mailbox. They deserve more than a 60-second ad or a 30-second ad on television. Many of those are out there to mislead people into maintaining the status quo. And I really think the status quo has got to go.
You talk about the status quo.
I like that bumper sticker. The status quo has got to go.
That is a good one.
Got to go.
You are, I mean, like you said, we've got something up for grabs here. And that is, it's always interesting because these seats don't come up often, as we all know, because you can become entrenched in these seats and you stay here for a long time.
Well, Arizona's only had 12 senators.
Yeah. So, and
ever.
You ready to be the 13th?
I am ready. Lucky 13.
What separates you from everybody else?
Well, I think that I am very well positioned as the thoughtful conservative leader with a proven track record. And that's what people want in Washington. We've seen the gridlock. We've seen the headbutting. And people want somebody who can put forth excellent policy ideas, can explain it to people in a way that they connect with, and then can navigate the murky process of legislating and get it to the executive's desk so that there's a lot less talk and a lot more action.
Speaking of executive, you know that executive very well, Dr. Gorka, obviously talking about Trump. What made you get behind Kelli?
Because of the question you asked when you opened this interview, that she's the only one who's engaging. That's what happened on November the 8th. Donald Trump didn't win because, he'd written a foot-high stack of policy papers. He had a vision. He saw D.C. as bust, as broken, as bankrupt morally as well as financially. And he says, we've got to fix it. We need common sense. And what I saw in his interaction during the campaign and then after serving in the White House is this guy connects with the average American. And that's what Kelli does. We're here. Look, we're not afraid of anything. We're not hiding from anybody. It's not about just you get 2 pamphlets in your mailbox and then you have to go and vote. Really? Is that American politics? Is that democracy? It's about genuine sympathy for the American people, the plight of the American people, and fixing stuff. And this is a lady who's, guess what? Not a politician. Who else isn't a politician? The president. This is the new American reality.
Yeah. And you know what? I love the fact that there's a new American reality. I said yesterday, because, out goes the VA secretary and comes a new one. I said, are we finally seeing what the private sector would look like in the public sector? Meaning, while people are getting fired, the reality is in the private sector, these people would be fired for not doing their jobs and they were being held accountable. And we're so used to nobody ever being held accountable anywhere. So maybe this isn't chaos. I'm sure there's some chaos. I think he kind of likes that. But I also think there's some accountability going on out there.
Yeah, well, it's managed chaos. And I mean, it's politics. There's going to be change. There's going to be turnover. I love the White House doctor. I think that he's going to do a great job at the VA. I loved how he came out and really told the press that President Trump is physically fit, mentally fit, and ready to lead for quite some time. And I'm looking forward to getting to Washington and helping him do that.
So can I just address this issue of chaos?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask every American listening, if this is chaos, don't we need more of it?
Yes.
Look at the last 14 months. Just look at your paycheck. If you're a guy or gal who got a $1,000 bonus, if you are paying less taxes, if your son actually got a job because we have the lowest unemployment in 19 years, the lowest Hispanic and African-American unemployment since record keeping began. Hey, you know what? I want more of that chaos.
I think a lot of people want more of that chaos.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I always said, this is what we want, right? We wanted this. We want to see what this is like. And take away all the other stuff that's salaciousness. I look at this and I say, I've got my issues at times with Trump, and I think I'm fair. The difference, I think a lot of people, either they're cheerleaders or they're against him. I think if you can pay him the respect of criticizing what criticism is due, but at the same time giving praise, I think that is what everybody would want in leadership. and you want to lead. You look at the candidates you're running against. What do you think of them? I mean, honestly, maybe just straight shooter. This is what it's about right here.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wasn't afraid of 2 sitting senators. I took them on, and unfortunately unsuccessful the first time against Senator McCain, but got Jeff Flake out of the race back in October. And so now I've got a couple of new opponents, and I think competition makes everyone better. I think that really people are going to see that I'm the person who understands across the board what is good for Arizona, what is good for the United States, and how to get it done. I'm not a one-issue candidate. I'm not just about immigration. I'm not just about the military. I'm about immigration and about the military, but I'm also about healthcare and education and public safety and foreign policy and energy policy and water policy. And we need problem solvers that are in Washington, D.C. And as a physician, I am a trained problem solver. I'm used to taking complicated issues, breaking them down into manageable pieces so that we can get good outcomes. That's how I legislated in the Arizona State Senate. That's how I will legislate in the United States Senate.
Absolutely. Dr. Gorka and Kelli Ward with us as we talk about you going forward here. And Mr. Gorka, you look around here and you see her. You probably see a little bit of Trump inside of her in the way that she acts and what she's going to be doing. We've talked about Trump. How do you think they'll work together if she gets out there to D.C.?
Look, I've heard how they interact already. There's definitely a simpatico thing going on. Why? Because they're both results orientated, right? It's about results. Whether you're a building magnate and mogul who just gets stuff done. I mean, what did he say today? Or was it today? I was on the plane. He said, "Don't you love the smell of a construction site?" That's America, right?
Yeah.
And whether you're building stuff in Manhattan or a golf course in Scotland or fixing people who are unhealthy and getting them better, you're doing what? You're a results-oriented individual. So they're both on the same wavelength.
Well, and you're also held accountable.
Right.
There are too many, the people
Unlike
that are
the swamp.
right. The swamp is not held accountable. But if you're a builder, you have to build a product that will last. As a physician, if my patients don't get healthy or stay as healthy as possible, I'm not doing my job. But, we've got to change that in Washington. We need some accountability.
What can Arizona expect for you as far as going forward here, Kelli? Because, I mean, again, you're going to go represent us in D.C. if you win. What can they expect from you?
Well, they can expect me to be a fighter, and they can expect me not to let them down. We've been let down by Senator McCain. We've been let down by Senator Flake. We see it again and again and again. They keep rearing their ugly heads and putting down the greatness that's happening right now. America is great again, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
Can I just answer that from the swamp? Because I live in the swamp. It's very easy to answer the so what or the difference between what will happen if Kelli wins. Every person who hears this show, everybody who lives in this great state, ask yourself, are you satisfied with what your senators have done for this state? Question one. Right? Okay, that's a pretty easy question to answer, I think, okay? And second, compare that and contrast that with, how do you like the last 14 months as an American? Do you like what you see? Mm-hmm. Do you like the way the economy's booming, the stock market crushing ISIS, the border 75% decrease in illegal migration, and we haven't even started to build the wall? What do you like? Do you like the record so far of your representatives, your senators? If you don't, you need a change. Look at the last 14 months of the Trump administration. If you like that, Kelli Ward's your person.
You talk about immigration. So we have Kelli Ward, Dr. Sebastian Gorka here with us. So we talk about immigration. That's a big one that everybody focuses on with you. It's you get called racist. You get called all of those things. And look, I look at the Dreamer situation as it wasn't their fault. People always say to me, "Well, do kids whose parents rob the bank get to keep the money?" No, but you know what? The kids don't get put in jail either because mom and dad robbed a bank. We need to do something about that. And I like what Trump did in the sense that he put a timeline on things, which is that they love to kick the can down the road. You look at immigration. How do you want to take it on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we have to have border security first and foremost, and that means build the wall. Build the wall is a physical barrier. It is implementing technology to the fullest. It's making sure that the Border Patrol has the money and the manpower to do the job, and also that the Border Patrol is at the border. It means implementing E-Verify clarify so that employers are held accountable and they aren't hiring people illegally, being a magnet to bring people to this country the wrong way, driving down wages for American workers and wages for legal immigrants in this country. Those things have to be done first and foremost, because we know border security is national security, and those things are on the minds of the American people and the people of Arizona. I think that's why so many are so strongly behind my effort to get there and change the status quo so the status quo can go and put things on the right track. President Trump needs reliable reinforcements in Washington, D.C. I am that reliable reinforcement for President Donald Trump and the America First agenda.
You guys you got rallies coming up. You got things where you're going to be. Where can people go see you? Where can they hear more about the message that you want to put out there?
We do. Well, Dr. Gorka is in town to do a rally this evening in Scottsdale at the Scottsdale Resorts and Villas. You can find out information at KelliWard.com, KelliWard.com. Just click that events tab. It's right there, all the information. We'd love to see you out there. I'm sure you would love to see this guy in person, because he is pretty spectacular. To see him, to hear him, and to hear his expertise and vision about how we can keep this country moving in the right direction, how we can keep this country safe, how we can stop terrorism, how we can secure the border. All of those things you can hear tonight in person in Scottsdale.
We appreciate you guys coming on today. We absolutely do, and look forward to tonight. Everybody have a chance to get out there. Is it KelliWard.com?
KelliWard.com.
Simple and easy. Dr. Gorka, thanks so much for stopping by. We really, really appreciate this. And again, I throw it out there to all of the candidates. If I want to bring them on the show. I want to talk about what they have to offer, and you've been more than amenable to do that. And for that, I appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Chad, and I'll come back anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Chad Benson,
Chad.
no worries.